Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we are going to be playing some Sir Galahad, I would say bottom of the barrel tier hero. Yeah, I think the hero selection for this game was just like not very good. There's like the better heroes that were in the selection were just ones that I'd already played today, so during that day. So we decided to play a Sir Galahad game. It had been quite a while. We get a Polyslay here on 2.1, which is great. So we got a Romeo ahead of schedule. I mean, not the greatest level 3 hit, but it's still a higher tier character ahead of schedule, which is always great. Plus, we get the discounted crafty and another Genie's Wish in the shop here. We're just gonna fire off the Genie's Wish. If it's a roll the dice, or sorry, a free roll, then that's fine. We're just hoping for something exciting, anyways, but. I mean, we get the sugar and spice, which is not the worst thing ever, so it's an extra stat for us. It was worth a shot. Okay, so here we've got like a pretty bad shop for us here. Like the doubly and the princess and the Queen of Hearts and the peep don't really do much. And like, I mean, we could just mix whizzle the Romeo and roll, but we don't have a ton of stats on board, and I think we just need to take a 3 and a 2. And especially like with Galahad is a treasure hero, right? Like it's like Horde Dragon, it's like Celestial Tiger. You're incentivized to try and get treasures. So on those kinds of heroes, like you generally want to be getting like a critical mass of characters to like pair to find like pairs and whatnot, and allow yourself to sort of get lucky, as it were, in the shops and get those treasures. Speaking of, we do find a treasure. And like the problem with Galahad though is like the bonus you get from seeking out those treasures is so minimal that it just doesn't matter. You can see like we hit our triple here and it puts +1/+1 on our board, which is cool and all, but like it barely improves us. Like we're not much bigger than we were last turn, and yeah, like finding triples, like usually again with like Celestial Tiger or Horde Dragon, like you get a big bonus. But with Galahad, like you just don't really get much. We did take a bounty board though out of our level 2 treasure selection there, and then we're gonna pick up a Vampire and hope to get some amount of econ going. Yeah, so we do get a slay this turn, which is nice. We get an extra $1 to work with, and hopefully we can find some more slay characters. But yeah, we've got one pair. We pick up a Cindy. Cindy's very important on Galahad just for that buff, I suppose. I mean, like maybe that's not the way to play Galahad. Maybe you're not supposed to seek out the treasures and you just kind of use it as like a free Athena's blessing like every once in a while. But to be honest, like how many treasures per game do you get? Like in an average game, like you're lucky to get 3 or 4, right? So +4 to your board at random intervals into the game is just so like meaningless, you know? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a fan of Galahad, just in general. Galahad used to be the best hero in the game. When it said +2/+1 instead, I think it also like there's been of course some amount of power creep in the game, but when it said +2/+1, like there was not. I mean the game again the game has increased in power level overall, so like I feel like we could go back to +2/+1 instead of +1/+1. And also like Dwarven Forge was a treasure back during that time. We do manage to pick up a second Ogre Princess here, and we triple our baby dragon afterwards to get the +1/+1 onto it. But it's still like again just doesn't really affect it that much. It's like the plus. I mean, they're 5/5s, but on 4.0, it's still pretty bad here. Sorry, I was saying there the Dwarven Forge was in the game when Galahad had the +2/+1 instead of +1/+1 attached to it, and like being able to just like force dwarves and if you could find Dwarven Forge, then you could like kind of pop off and get a lot of stats onto your doublies and triplies and whatnot. That ended up making. I guess people decided Galahad was just too strong after that, but with the removal of Dwarven Forge and the power creep, I really think the +1/+1 bonus needs to get bumped up. I know there's some people that don't mind Galahad still, and are willing to play it once in a while, but I don't know, I just don't think it's good enough. I mean, I get, like, maybe like you can do the kind of the same thing as like as with the Dwarven Forge. Like you could get like a sky castle and maybe pop off with royals and like a court wizard or something like that. But even then, like, I don't know, it just like royals kind of scale themselves. It just feels a little unnecessary. Like the difference between like royals and dwarves in that respect. Like dwarves like really made use of the stats a little bit better, and didn't have as easy ways to scale themselves with like Arthurs. You had to hope to get Lordy to make them bigger. And yeah, obviously the doublies and triplies and Tweedles cared about the stats more. We sell a bunch of stuff on our board to get our second Friendly Spirit. I mean, obviously Friendly Spirit is like probably one of the best things that you can have on Galahad. It allows you to double dip on the stats that you gain on your board. We have lost a few fights in a row now. We were doing all right earlier in the game, but again, like our stat, like we're just not able to keep up. Although we do have 3 pairs plus a Cindy on 1, so we can get some stats onto our board. Relatively short order. I considered taking this Chupa just because like we can scale the Friendly Spirits. We're 1 XP up right now. So it is 4.2, but it's still, I think that's still probably too late. Also, like, it's a Slay characters. Like we have bounty board. We would like to be able to get some more value. We do find a Romeo triple. We buy the Robin Hood out of the shop first, so we can get a +1/+1 onto it. I would love to be able to take Bad Moon, but we're just going to take Cloak because again, our Slay characters are just too small. There's just not enough stats from this hero power. We end up selling our Golden Romeo. It's not really serving us very well anymore. Probably should have just bought the roll the dice there. I did roll. There was 2 triples in the shop, and I just didn't quite get the lock there. But we did get +2/+2 onto our Friendly Spirits last turn, which is nice. So we get a Slay with the Ogre Princess there, and we're gonna get another Slay with the Ogre Princess. So we get a couple dollars from our bounty board here, which is great. We get $3. And with that extra gold, we're just gonna buy experience and go to 6 next turn. I mean, we need to go to 6 and find a direction here. Kind of like fiddling around with our pairs is definitely not how we're gonna win this game, especially with such tiny increments of extra stats here. We do find our Friendly Spirit triple, which is great because we did have it in the shop at the end of last turn, and weren't able to lock it. And we're gonna take the Sky Castle. Like I said, Sky Castle is something that you can probably do with Galahad. Again, it's not as effective as like a Dwarven Forge, I think, in general, but it does allow us to get a level 3 treasure immediately here. We're a little bit past the point of like being able to take royals and try and sort of farm +1/+1s with our royals. So yeah, we're just gonna use it for the immediate value. Combine all those stats that we've been putting on the Ogre Princess, and the Ogre Princess is a decent size now, so we can frontline it and hopefully get some econ and some value from them. We get our Friendly Spirit stats onto our apple tree there, and apple tree value trades quite nicely and allows us to pick up the win. There's another apple tree, which we are happily going to pick up. We're not going to bother with the Cupid. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, just investing in a bunch of 5 pairs when we're on level 6. I would like to find some kind of direction. We've got several different ways that we can go here, like Oni Tyrant, Pumpkin, Ashwood, Good Boy, all very serviceable pickups as far as directional level 6 units goes. Consider the Doom Breath here, but without any way to enhance its attack, I just don't think it's worth it. A 10 power Doom Breath isn't just not exciting. Nian, of course, tempting, just because like it's an easy treasure. Level 5 treasures are okay. They're probably better than what we have now, but unfortunately, we decide against it. We roll down, and we do find a Baba Yaga, and I decided that it's worth taking here. Unfortunately, we do get the 1 in 4 and miss our Ogre Princess Slay. But like the plan here basically is to hope that we get the Ogre Princess Slay, and it gives us multiple 6s, and that helps us with our direction. Unfortunately, combat goes just poorly enough for us to lose here. We do pick up an Oni Tyrant though. That's one of their directional 6s that we're happy to see. That's also going to help us get our Ogre Princess slays potentially. Alright, we take a roll, and there's a good boy in the shop. It's another good directional 6. I think we are going to pick it up. Again, it just like it lets us be more open to whatever we get out of our Ogre Princess slays. Like if we pick up another good boy and like and something else out of the sleigh, then I think that's good and would provide us some direction anyways. We come up against a tree board, unfortunately, but we do have enough power to slay this time thanks to that Oni boosted Ogre Princess. And we do manage a win here thanks to just having more range in our back row. There is our Apple Tree triple, which we are just going to jam Ambrosia. It's just a matter of what we cut here. I think it's just Sky Castle. The only thing we care about with Sky Castle is like if we were to get like a pair of Empress Peas out of the Ogre Princess, which would be nice, but I think that +3/+3 on this Yorm as well as the Ogre Princess can provide at least enough stats for us to hopefully keep stable until we can figure out what comp we are. We end up taking a second Yorm here. As long as we can, we got with the double Oni Tyrant, which we got one from the Ogre Princess last turn. We should have been able to slay if we got to attack with the Ogre Princess, and that would have put a ton of stats on the Yorms and just allow us to kind of battle that way. Again, unfortunately, fortunately we get a tie there. I was going to say unfortunately we don't get the slay and we don't get the stats on the Yorm, but it's still enough. And we locked the TLK in that last shop, basically just hoping to find, again, a directional piece, but it gives us a golden burn beard, which is sort of a direction, but it doesn't really help us. It just tells us that we need to find Ashwoods. We find a second good boy, and these two good boys are really not helping that much. But I think we are going to pick it up. Again, it's a pair. We're still relying on this Ogre Princess to slay. Like we get a ton of stats on the Ogre Princess with the Golden Oni plus regular Oni during combat, giving us +39/+39 whenever we attack. On top of the 24 attack there, I think it should be fine. Also, we end up playing the Friendly Spirit again because, of course, the Burn Beard just not that great on our board here. Alright, and this Royals player has added Good Boy to their comp, but we do get the Slay this time, which is a big difference from our last combat against them. And these Yorms, nice and large now. Getting the first and second Slays puts a ton of stats onto them, and the Yorms stand tall on the front and get us the victory there. Fortunately, no directional pieces from our Ogre Princess Slay. Just a couple of supports. We're just gonna cycle the Green Knight out, and because like we've got some monsters happening. I think Boomhilda is probably the way to go here. Just because it looks like we're leaning into Pumpkin and monsters. And speaking of Pumpkin, there's Pumpkin. We're out of the Baba Yaga now. It's just a little bit too small. I think we need to start transitioning into our monsters comp with the Pumpkin and Oni Tyrants. There is a golden or an upgraded Yorm opportunity here, but figuring out what to sell is just like a little bit too. I couldn't really figure out what we could sell there, so I decided to just roll past it for now. And we play the other Oni Tyrant here. We cast a Reckless Wager, hoping to get there. We get our initial slay once again, without the Baba support though, so the Yorbs don't get nearly as big. But hopefully this Pumpkin will make up for that. We get a bunch of stats on that Baba as it attacks, the one that came out of the Pumpkin. And fortunately for us, we get a really good breakpoint there. The 9 power from the Sporko isn't enough to take out Cupid, and Cupid hits the Echo Wood, taking out the Sporko and leaving itself at 1 HP, guaranteeing us the victory there. And yeah, we find another Yorm triple, or another shot at the Yorm triple, which we absolutely are going to take. And yeah, we've got Feather, Pandora's Box, and Spear, and we just go for the Pandora's Box. We're feeling pretty good about being able to survive at 16. I think we can survive at least one fight and then see what we get in the box. Spear would be like the immediate choice. It's also really good with Pumpkin. Fortunately, they get an immediate Pigomorph out of their book here, and that is a very large Scion of the Storm back there. But we do get another Slay with our Ogre Princess. Put some stats on this Golden Yorm now, and we out of the frontline pumpkin or frontkin, if you will. We get an Apple Tree, which does end up scamming the Scion, and we do pick up the victory. And out of the box, we get World Tree, and to go with that World Tree, we got an Ashwood out of our Ogre Princess, and with this Golden Burnbeard already, we're feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about our spot now. All of a sudden, we were very, very kind of wishy-washy for a little bit there, but yeah, eventually the Ogre Princess finally does come through for us. It was between Horn and an Owl there. I mean, Wand and Owl there. If we take Wand, like obviously like we're hoping to find Pigomorph, which we would have, but I feel like there's been so many times where I've taken Wand and it's just not panned out. I mean, obviously Wand would have been fantastic here, but I mean we are World Tree. We've got the Ashwood plus the Oni Tyrants and the couple pumpkins. Like we're a very competent World Tree board at the moment. So I felt like we could just take some stats and like depending on how many fights this the game goes, we can get some scaling onto our Ashwood, and somehow Horde Dragon there loses to the Ghost, and yeah, we pick up the win. So the Ivory Owl just gives us +2/+2. Obviously, in hindsight, Wand would have been a superior pickup, but yeah, that's just kind of results-based thinking. Although, like with only a couple fights left, like Owl's probably not that great. Like the upside of Wand probably outweighs the Owl there, and I don't know. It could have been just like objectively correct to take the Wand. Anyways, it didn't really matter. We ended up the win. We got World Tree. We somehow got a win with Galahad, just like playing it at random, even with all those complaints that I had about the hero. Or I guess just like I guess I was just trying to like let y'all know like why I don't think Galahad is a good hero. But yeah, we win in spite of those faults, I think. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that helps the algorithm. I would very, very much appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.